Mhm.
Ultimate purpose of all life is evolutionary and growth. But the question is, growth to what? For some people, growth means becoming richer, more famous, more comfortable. Fine. That's all well and good. But the mystics teach us that the ultimate purpose of this human life is to reveal God inside, to
Mm.
realize our divinity.
Mhm.
And one sure sign that a person is being called to take this journey, there are three things that many of the mystical masters point to: poverty, ill health, and humiliation.
Mhm.
Poverty, ill health, and humiliation will bring a man to his knees,
Mm.
to humble a man.
Mhm.
And, very often that's when we cry out to the Lord for salvation.
Say, "Oh my God."
Yes.
Mhm.
Like
Yes.
in the Christian religion, some people don't have anything to do with Jesus, but you let something happen and it's, oh Lord, Jesus, help me.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes. 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 Definitely. Yeah. And sometimes, as Muslims, we go along and our prayers become routine.
Ah,
Hmm. Instead of reaching a deep inner core of healing.
yes.
And so I would imagine that some of these situations of health, of challenges of wealth, and the challenges of humiliation would awaken the desire to go deeper in to your connection to. But it's very, very interesting what you do in your practice called soul therapy, Lindbergh. Okay, it's you may uh, you may proclaim, you may advocate, you may believe very strongly in your way of life, your way of connecting with the Most High. But when those challenges come and you look at it through the lens of soul therapy, you find that there really is a place where you could go deeper in the connection to that healing force and source.
Well, this is true. You know, I was at a holistic health fair. I believe I saw you there a couple of weeks
Yes,
ago.
yes.
And
At the National Black Theater, in fact.
Black Theater. And I put up a sign saying soul therapy readings.
Mhm.
I did it deliberately because I'm aware that people are fascinated by what they call readings.
Ah.
Okay, but the truth is, um, much of this wisdom is very simple conceptually, though we have to put forth perhaps an effort in order to realize the fruits of this wisdom. Um,
Mm.
and what I mean is this: um, uh, if we believe in a higher power,
Mhm.
then we can ask ourselves, what is the personification or manifestation of that higher power within a human being?
Mm.
And it's the spirit. It is said in the Christian scriptures that man is made in the image of God. That doesn't mean that God is some old man with a beard sitting up on a hill. Okay, it means that God is a spirit, and a spark of that divinity is within a human being as spirit.
And so, wait a minute now. Let's look at that. If we are to be made in the image of God, and that image is actually spirit, then our true image is our spirit.
Exactly,
Mm.
exactly.
Mm.
And you see, the essential qualities of God that's agreed upon really at the core of all religions is uh, the qualities of omnipotence, all powerful,
Mhm.
omniscient, all knowing, and omniscient. and omnipresent everywhere.
Mhm.
These are the essential qualities of a human soul. However, the human soul in the ordinary human being, we ordinary human beings, it's like if you painted a light bulb, there's light in there, but it's not coming through because of the paint. The paint is the karma, the karmic impressions attached to the soul that prevent us from seeing that light. Now, here's what I'm saying, that if it's true that the spirit of a human being is made in the image of God, that's an aspect of our person, then the question is, what is the primary faculty that a spirit engages in order to navigate in this world? And sometimes people think it's a trick question, but it's not a trick question. It's very simple. The spirit uses consciousness.
Ah.
You see? So think about this now. If we refuse to be conscious of that which is manifesting in our sphere of awareness, what are we refusing? We're refusing, we're denying, we're blocking our soul or spiritual energy.
Mm.
The
Mm.
spiritual energy is what gives us life and healing. And if we're blocking our spiritual energy, which is our connection to the Most High, then who are we in denial of? The Most High.
Mhm.
God, we may quote all the scriptures, we may get on the pulpit, but every single time we deny consciousness, we are in fact denying God. And that is the root cause of all dis-ease.
That is really a piece of work to wrap one's mind around, especially considering, as you described in the beginning of the conversation, the challenges that we face in health, in reputation, in so many in our finances, our wealth, health, well-being, our wealth, well-being, and our health, well-being, and the way people receive us in the world. So if you're experiencing challenges that are designed to help you grow, but they're often perceived as a disease of some sort, be it asthma or cancer or, lupus or anything like that, then you're suggesting that awakening to God consciousness in its omniscience and its omnipresence and all the other aspects of the Most High, that is the way to divine healing.
Well, yes, years ago in Harlem, at the New Age Center of Harlem, we used to have support groups for people with AIDS and cancer and lupus and multiple sclerosis,
Really?
diabetes, all your immune threatening diseases. And in holding these support groups, we discovered something. We discovered that the people who were most likely to survive or thrive in spite of these illnesses had a certain profile. Now, what was that profile?
I'm curious.
Okay, there's a couple of main things uh, in that profile. Number one, above all, they deepen their spiritual connection.
Mm.
Irrespective of what particular conventional, religious, cultural norm they may have come out of, they deepen their spiritual connection. That was number one on the profile.
Mm-hmm.
Number two on the profile was, it's related to this upset we're talking about. Instead of looking at that disease as a death sentence, they tended to look at it as an opportunity to live life to the fullest.
Mm.
Part of the profile. And the third part of the profile was that instead of looking at the alternative holistic lifestyle changes as a temporary fix or silver bullet, they looked at it as incorporating these modalities uh, in a permanent way as a part of their lifestyle. This
Yes.
was the profile. Now, I have to say, we experience in life something called karma.
Okay.
Some people don't believe in karma, but we have a genetic structure. We're born with a certain genetic structure. We say, from a mystical point of view, karma. And some of this karma has to be paid in this lifetime.
Mm.
A very simple example of it is, for instance, a person is born with Down syndrome.
Mhm.
This
Yes.
is a part of karma which they're paying. Okay, it's a part of their genetic structure. However, uh, the point we make about surviving and thriving these life-threatening diseases is that we as human beings have one obligation from a mystical point of view, and that is to do the best we can with the hand that we're dealt.
Mm.
What do we do with this human life, the crown of creation, as long as we have one breath left in our bodies?
Mm.
And if it's true what the masters say, that it is only through a human birth that you can realize your divinity, then now we know why it's important to prolong life and to live a better, more healthy life, so that you can maintain this golden opportunity to reconnect with the divine, to reveal God inside, to realize your divinity.
Mm. So life is a realization of the divine.
Exactly. The masters say that there are souls who live such a virtuous life that they may have been consigned to 1,000 years in the angelic realms for
Mhm.
a beautiful life they've led.
Yes.
But what the masters say is that we have what they want, which is what? A human body. Because,
Mm.
because it is only through a human body that you can realize your divinity. So those angels will be coming back. And
For full realization.
yes, to continue the journey.
Mm. Mm. Oh my goodness, that is really. You have answered a number of questions for us this morning, and this is why, the family embraces you, Lindbergh, and wants to hear more from you. Believe you me. So let's let's look at the calendar and see when you're able to come back into the gardens of tranquility and contemplation here at WHCR. Because what the message that you deliver to us is exceptional and very, very precious. And I have to thank you for that.
Well, I'm honored to be able to be on the program. I tell you, the more you come to learn, the more you don't know. I've had the great blessing of having met some very learned spiritual teachers here in America, in India, in Africa,
Yes.
around the world. And, and it's a great blessing to have that wisdom available to us.
Oh, my, indeed it is, especially now because we are experiencing the upsets and the challenges. And if what you say is true, you are providing us with an answer through soul therapy. And I would like our family listening in from around the world to be able to have access to you even before you come back into the gardens of tranquility and contemplation, to share the wisdom from those ancient lands and great mystical um, uh, realized beings. That is very precious. So how do we stay in touch with you, Lindbergh?
Well, first, let me say that it's a great a privilege to be able to do the work that I do. And I'm very clear on one thing: soul therapy, in and of itself, is not something that enables you to realize your divinity in the ultimate sense. I consider my work is uh, preparation, feeding the soil, helping
Hmm.
to prepare a person for that journey.
Mm. Oh, okay. Now we're talking.
Mhm.
Now, because there's a number of us who want to go on the journey, and we need to know how to prepare ourselves.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, and the sound, I have to say that the clarity and is much better when you are present with us here in the studio. So,
Well, if we have it set in advance, I will definitely be physically there.
okay, all right, then that's what we will do. That's exactly what we'll do. But in order to connect with you, do you want to give a telephone number or a website, or
I'll give it.
how would?
It's 347-989-4147. That's
Say that again.
347-989-4147.
Okay. Yeah. One more time, my brother Lindbergh with Soul Therapy.
347-989-4147.
Beautiful. Oh, thank you.
Thank
I hate to let you go. I'm sorry that I have to go, but I'm so glad that you are, there as a light for us, and we will make this visit some more.
Well, I'm just a seeker on the path, and I love to connect with other seekers like yourself.
Oh, beautiful. It's mutual. All right, brother. Thank you ever so much, and many peace, blessings, and realization for you and for us too.
All right. Take care.
Walaikum assalam. Alhamdulillah. Oh boy.